Leave me alone if I need me a sec. I need it. Fuck it, I need me a check. I need it. Saying with love, now that I'm found, I really need my respect. I really need it. Nobody but me in my head. Nobody. I'ma do me till I'm dead. Do me. If I gotta fight for my soul, then fuck it, I might as well go for the neck.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's episode 18 of the Us versus Us podcast. I got my brother here right with me. How you doing tonight, Prolly?
I'm doing good, man. We're happy. We're living. We're grateful.
Hey,
it was a beautiful
bro.
weekend, man.
What does it feel like to be 28 now, bro? What's that like?
Man. It's definitely a blessing, man. Definitely a blessing. I don't want to take it for granted, you know what I'm saying? So we're just feeling grateful for everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
of
course.
Like I said, it was a beautiful weekend, you know what I mean? Didn't do all the things that I wanted to do and that my heart desired, but it's all good. I did have fun though, and I did, spend a lot of time with people that kind of mean the most to me. That's really good.
Course. I was gonna ask, aside from the show, because we will talk about the show, but aside from the show, what are some key moments that kind of stood out to you, maybe?
I mean, there's a lot. There's obviously some of the bigger moments are going out to eat with the fam is super fun. Anytime we get to go out in public with our daughters, that's always fun. Obviously watching wrestling. I think it's cool now that it's been 3 WrestleManias now. We all sat down and watched WrestleMania and just kind of fully invest into it. So that that's always fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just taking every moment in, you know what I mean? Just kind of I was explaining it to people today, it was so fast paced because I had shit to do in the middle of each day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was get in what you can before, you know what I mean?
Before you
I have to go do something, but then after it was fuck, it's hard to, you know what I mean? It's hard to plan around those middle of the day events, but it happened, and I just kind of take every moment in and feel grateful for everything. You know what I mean? Like I said, I seen and spent time with a lot of cool people, a lot of my favorite people, if you will.
Yeah, of course. What did you think about the show? What did you you getting your whole your set and everything like that? That was on Easter Sunday, and it was also 420 and everything like that. So go ahead and get into that.
I mean, dog, it's it's my craft. It's what I love doing. It's every time I am able to bless the stage, it's just it feels right to me. You know what I mean? And Sunday just felt even more right. You know what I mean? Say what you will, but Easter Sunday, 420, my birthday weekend, it kind of just all aligned for me to just have at least that moment, you know what I mean? And I think taking it for what it was is the best thing I can do. And what it was just me doing what I love to do, and I can't complain about that. You know what I mean? Being able to do what you love on your birthday weekend is that's it is sort of like a dream come true. You know what I mean? So it was fun. I think I definitely I had some people head bobbing, and a few people told me good shit, and that I sounded good and stuff once I got off and stuff. But overall, just grateful for the opportunity. So shout out Concert, shout out Hip, and everybody who always takes care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, man. Excuse me. Yeah, no, of course, and of course I went, and we got some some pretty good footage of it and everything like that. I feel at time it's easy to not show up on like, you know, your birthday weekend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, it's easy, like it's easy for like upcoming or like, you know, somebody who's like just starting out, like to not feel, you know, the love because it's Easter and like, you know, you kind of like not a lot of people can make it out and shit like
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying? So it's it's easy to be like I am either not gonna go or I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give like a half-ass effort, and I feel like that's never the case, you know what I mean? Like even with other performers and other artists, like the ones that showed out, I was, you know, pretty impressed with, even artists that came before you and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
um
That's what's kind of cool about. That's what I thought too. Is like that was.
yeah, I was even saying there, I was like there's like more like musicians or like singers or something, like, you know, than there was like rappers, you know what I mean? There was like
Yeah.
it was
I feel like it was a good mix. Yeah.
but there was like quite a lot of like different musical talents. There was even like somebody like playing guitar and shit, you know what I mean? Like had like a like country kind of or like rock kind of vibe to him too,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I just thought overall just like a pretty good little um show, and it was, you know, it's always well put together, shout out concert, right?
Yeah.
um what do you think is like, without like giving away your sauce, what do you think is like the next move? Or I mean, before we get into that, I mean, like, just give me like key takeaways, you know what I mean?
I mean, the best takeaway I think I can take from it is like always be prepared, and always like, and not that I don't, because like I always like I think I pride myself in being someone that always just kind of takes every opportunity for what it is and make the most out of it, you know what I mean? But like, what that's probably one of the key takeaways is just like always stay on your grind, always stay on your shit, because you don't know who's gonna show up. And like for me, it's like there was a lot of talent there, you know what I mean? Not that there's not a lot of talent at all shows, you know what I mean? But like I would say this is like probably one of the more stacked like showcase cards I've been a part of, just because like, yeah, a lot of artists like caught me by surprise. And you know, I've heard of some of the other artists that went like after me and stuff. Like I've heard of them and seen their shit online and stuff. So it's pretty cool to see like that kind of stuff. You always gotta be prepared for it. You know what I mean? Because you know, if you're not on your A game, then you kind of look like a dweeb. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that being said, is like one of the more important things too is like always carry yourself as like a professional. Because I mean, I had 5 songs to perform, and I was able to like only find 3 when the time came for me to perform.
Yeah.
And so, like, instead of like kind of throwing a fit and being like, you know, well, fuck this, like, no, like, give me my songs, like, you know what I mean? At some time, yeah, like, I could stand on business maybe if I was like headlining or something, you know what I mean? But at that point, I was like, you know what? I got 3 songs to showcase what the fuck I got, you know what I mean? And it's not my fault or the DJ's fault that this happened. It's, I don't know, the fucking computer's fault.
Yeah.
Really.
Technology has,
you know what I mean?
you know,
so it's like,
the
fuck it, I just gotta make the most of it. Let's just rock, and I gotta carry myself with, you know, professionalism, and just rock those 3 as hard as I could. You know what I mean? And I felt like I did. And then another takeaway is just like give yourself time. You know what I mean? Like, it was a busy weekend for me, and I loved it, and like I'm extremely grateful for having all the opportunities I've had. I had like shit to do all weekend. You know what I mean? But make sure, like, you know, if it's really important to you, you really got like something that's really important to you as far as your craft goes and your vision, and something you really want to build on. You know what I mean? Give yourself the time, give yourself the rest, give yourself the food, give yourself the everything and the energy needed for you to carry that through the performance and then after the performance, and be able to network and be able to not just showcase your personality on stage, but be able to showcase your personality throughout the whole experience of you showing up, because that's a big part of it, is showing up and having a certain presence to you, because you know what I mean, like first impressions are everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, some of these people have never seen you in their life, you know, and this one particularly, no one's ever seen me in their life, you know. It was only you and Drew there for me, you know what I'm saying? So it was like
and Hip, I guess.
Yeah, and Hip has seen me before, so that's tight. So yeah, it's like you don't know who's gonna be there, you know, when you show up somewhere and you it really means something to you. Make sure you give yourself the time to be a professional and carry that energy that you want to exude on stage, because like as an artist, we all get in the spotlight, you know what I mean. There's very few artists that I've like watched perform in these last few years that have like not wanted to give off like a certain vibe or like a certain energy, you know what I mean, whether it's high energy or it's what their song is, you know what I mean. They're always trying to like be the spotlight, you know what I mean. So you got to be able to have that balance of on stage, off stage presence.
Yeah. And I like I compare it, and I think we've talked about it maybe once or twice, but I compare it a lot to like the whole like streaming thing, you know what I mean, kind of like knowing when to like kind of like get into it, to like make sure that you're, you know, in the zone, to kind of like embrace the camera and be that person that you know you're aspiring to be, even at that point, you know what I mean. So
Exactly.
and I mean, like I just you know, I respect, you know, I respect you. I think you kind of like set the tone and stuff like that when it comes to like like, what am I trying to say? Like, it just like happens like naturally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we sit up at the front, you know what I mean? We watch and we pay attention to everybody, and we have like, I would say, you know, like good ears for music. So like when we're checking everybody out, like, yeah, I'm like, you know, I'm not trying to be a scout or anything, because I think that's what Drewski said. He's like, I felt like a scout for a minute, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be that, but at the same time, I like, you know, I kind of like, I'm like just kind of seeing, you know, what else is like, you know, what the vibes are out there, and you know who's good. And I've definitely been one to check out, you know, artists outside. Like I followed those one homies who came over and they gave us a business card, you know what I mean? And so like I went and ran up their page and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So like it just goes a long way, and then it's another connection that you have, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the video edits that we're gonna have of you, you know, it's a good showcase of like, you know, how you perform, whether your crowd is just me and Drewski, you know what I mean, or it's 50 people of like, you know, like
I mean, and
it's always a great show. So
and that's what I like take it always as, is just, you know, showing up to the gym, see who's popping, and like I always love to, you know, play ball with the best of them, and just kind of like see where it's at, you know what I mean? I love like, I used to be the type to like, I'd get nervous watching people, or like I'd get nervous going on first, so I would never get the best of either worlds, just with the nerves, you know what I mean? Just because like one, you don't want like, if you set the tone too low, you know what I mean, then damn, you know what I mean, you kind of just like I keep, you know, the first impression thing. So like I've grown to not really care. You know what I mean? I love the experience. I love the experience of who's showing up to the gym, who's performing, and what are you performing, and what do you represent, and how do you represent it, and how is that showcased in your music, and you know what I mean? What can I also gain from it? You know what I mean? Like as your peer, as a fan, like what's gonna make me want what's next? You know what I mean? And so it's always cool. It's always cool to see talented ass motherfuckers too. Like there's a lot of talented people that I've met through music that like we still support each other till this day, and it's because of that respect and because of that like I see you like mentality. You know what I mean? And that's something that I like. I've grown to just, like I said, like just be so grateful for. You know what I mean? Like whether it's like you said, whether it's 2 people or 50 people or you know a standing ovation. Like if people are rocking with me and they walk up to me after the set and are like, yo, bro, like
good shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like either keep going or they give me a follow or whatever. It's always just like a blessing, because it's like in a way it's like, yeah, we gain another fan. You know what I mean? And more importantly, it's like, okay, that first impression hit. So now it's like, let's go. Let's move on to what's next. You know.
What, like looking towards the future, right? Are you planning on doing like a lot more shows? Or are you like trying to keep it at the same like kind of pace that you're at? Do you like, is that something that's on your goal list? And then
I think I used to leave it up to the people, and kind of I also like loved kind of spacing them out, but I think yeah, like I finally figure like the more I do, the more like the more I can like get my shit out there. You know what I mean? The more I can get on, like I said, like keep playing. I can keep balling in the gym. You know what I mean? The more gyms I play in, the more scouts see me, right? So it's like definitely on the radar, but then it becomes like what shows are the right shows, and what dates are the right dates for me, and a lot of that comes with you know my schedule with parenting.
You're,
you know what I mean, like
you're also a dad, you know, full-time employee, like lead, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
so
it's a lot of responsibility.
So it's like, you know, when it works, it'll work. I'm just, one thing I do like want to start doing is just starting to, you know what I mean, open up for more national tours that are coming in, just to kind of get my name out there again. Like I said, like it's also about what gyms you ball in, right? Like, you know what I mean? You can't be at, no one's gonna see you at the
at the Y.
At the church down the block. You know what I mean? So it's like, like you know, you gotta get into some big gyms, you know, if you really want to like get your name out there. And so that's something that is definitely important, but also like a big and like, not to spoil my sauce, but like is just getting back into the fucking into the other gym, into the private gym, and just start doing some music and start getting some music out, and start, you know, getting some new vibes going, and see what I can do, because that's something that I would probably say like is the last takeaway from the show, is just like, you know, people are doing so much different shit nowadays, you know what I mean? And I'm very in the pocket when it comes to rapping, you know what I mean? But there's so much more I can do, I feel like, and so it's just like tapping that other side and seeing what I can do, and how I can express myself, but also like kind of stay true to who I am. And that's going to take a lot of work, you know, in the lab, and I'm excited for that, like a lot. Like that journey is going to be like flat out probably like the most challenging but like thrilling journey for me moving forward.
I can't wait to be I can't wait to be like a little bit more part of that. You know what I mean? Because I feel like in the past it was always kind of like a you like work when you work by yourself and stuff like that. I feel like this time around, hopefully I'm able to um if not be and help you on the keys, at least like be in the environment and be able to like film and document you doing it, or you know what I mean. Like I just feel like I'll be somewhat involved, whether you want me involved, musically or doing other things. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it's gonna be something that we can grow on, especially when we're like here cooking. You know what I'm saying? So. I'm excited to be more involved with that whole process and shit like that, and hopefully I like learn a lot from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know you got like big moves on the way. Going back to concerts and just going. Yeah, just talking about like maybe doing a couple shows. What are like some of like if you could pick like dream venues in Colorado, let's say like you're manifesting big shows, or like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
which venues would you say?
I mean, like, really, I'm a humble guy, but like give me on some of the Cervantes cards. Like I've rocked the stage at Cervantes a few times, but like I know there's a few guys that come through that need dope artists to open up for them, you know what I mean? So like put me on those cards. And then like I from there just like big I wouldn't want to say I wouldn't say like too big of venues, you know what I mean? But let's try to do like some traveling, you know what I mean? Like let's go to like the Springs and
that would be cool,
and see what's going on there, and let's go up what is it, north to Greeley and see what's going on there. I know a few young cats up there that killed the show when that opened up for me, so go tap in with them and see what's popping up there, you know what I mean? So like we'll see what's going on. That's kind of like what I would say is like the dream right now is kind of like, yo, give me on those cards as far as like local, but also like I think it's also time to expand and get my shit.
Get going a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to our next topic, I wanted to get your opinion on Complex and all of their Mount Rushmores they've been doing, man. What do you?
I mean, bro, I'm. That's probably like the one trend I can't get behind as far as like that will never probably grow on me, and it partially because like we did the Mount Rushmore thing, on like the first episode of the Us versus Us podcast, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like that's just weird timing.
I'm just like,
you know what I mean? But it's also like the graphics sucks and like
that's my biggest bugaboo as like a graphic designer.
Who the fuck is putting these together?
These
too?
fucking these things are weird.
And like it's like every 8 hours there's a new one. Like and like the most random shit. Like Mount Rushmore Disney stars, and I'm like, that's cool. Like. Like
I did see a new one today. I forgot what it was though. I can't even a new one.
I don't know.
It was like I don't know. Sometimes I feel like some of them and most of them are all like racial.
Yeah. Like
best white actors and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, come on now.
Fucking, I bet you any money. I know one that I haven't seen, but I'm just waiting for is like
oh shit.
Serial characters.
Oh, serial characters.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Yeah, that one. Damn, that one's good.
Who would be yours?
Ooh.
See, this is when you should do that.
Probably the rabbit.
Tricks.
Yeah.
We just get to pick two each?
You just go. We're gonna do three each.
Okay. I would do Captain.
Ah, nice. Shit. Tony the Tiger.
Nice. Okay. Fucking Cuckoo.
Oh,
Cuckoo guy.
nice.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs guy.
I can go. I'll take the leprechaun. I'll take the leprechaun. Lucky Charms.
Shit.
Yo, that's kind of damn, bro. Come on now. You're good. You got one. Come on.
I got the honeybee, dog.
Nice.
The honeybee.
Yo, epic. Yo, chalk that one up. Let's go. Hey, that one's good.
That's the fucking
complex. Take some notes. Learn how it's done. Yeah, no. I mean, I feel like I always say this, bro. We're just always just a little bit ahead, and the fact that they just like kind of did that. I mean, I do tag them in our videos, like if they have like for referencing their list and stuff. Maybe somebody at Complex is like,
there's like this intern, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
he's like, check this out.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. I'm like, dude, it's another one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of them.
I'm like, dude, talk about it with your friends.
Yeah.
Post a little clip. They just post a graphic and it looks dumb and fucking.
People, I haven't even.
What you thought?
I haven't even like clicked into any of the comment sections. Are they at least entertaining? Like,
well, like some of them are. I mean, it's just like a forum, you know. And it's just like a forum. It's just everyone like bitching about how Hillary Duff isn't on it, or like, bitching about how fucking. And you got MGK like, well, that's fucking ridiculous. How fuck am I not on the white rap? I'm like, dude, first of all, who made this?
Yeah, dude.
Who's putting Eminem?
What is their source?
Mac, Powwow, and then they say Russ.
Yeah,
Russ, baby.
I mean, dude built it from scratch. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean, shout out Russ.
But
I ain't hating.
But I mean, easily.
But is he white? Like, are we gonna?
No, I don't know. That's true. He might be a little bit like more Persian than anything, right?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
What is Russ? Russ needs to come to the. He needs to step up and say like, all right.
I really fuck with Russ though. So don't even like, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's gotta like.
Russ can be.
He's gotta be the guy, the kid that was like, I stepped on the line.
Right, bro. Like, yeah.
Like,
guys, I'm not white.
Yeah.
Right? Guys can put someone else up there. He can be on like the independent, like the
independent. Independent artist list. Yeah.
But like, the GOAT shit is. I mean, the Mount Rushmore shit is just. Starting to get out of hand, guys.
We'll tone it back. Sorry. Moving on. You know, big weekend for wrestling fans around the world. WrestleMania 41 with over 124,000 people in attendance for the whole weekend. I don't have the exact. I'm sorry. I just but it's something like that.
The extremely like inflated.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding. No, it looked like a lot of fucking people went. It felt like a lot of fucking people went. Great. I wouldn't say great, because like. I think that's something though too that we have to take into consideration is like last WrestleMania was pretty fucking epic. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So not to take away from this one, you know, but it just felt like a little bit not as great, but it was good. It was a good 2 nights.
Yeah.
I fucked with it. I fucked with some of the matches that happened.
Mm-hmm. Are there like go ahead and like are there any particular that stood out? And then are there some that like you feel like have rewatch value over, you know, an extended period of time?
Yeah, I mean, bro, that triple threat match between Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair is
classic.
I'd rewatch it. I'll rewatch it like over and over again. I probably like I would rewatch night 2 just to watch that, just to watch that.
Just to watch that.
Yeah,
fight.
like if I was like, oh, like I gotta put something on. Oh, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it's that good. Like I think that was probably like my favorite match of the weekend. I thought the Fatal 4-Way too was pretty nice. You know what I mean? I really did think like night 2's undercard was a little bit better than night 1's, but I felt like night 1 main event was like pretty better than the Cena Cody one. Because I really did think that one was cool too. Like I thought they all pretty much like
they all wrestled their ass off, that's for sure.
Freaking Punk, man. Like as old as he gets and as like for as much shit as he gets, like dude can go with the best of the best, and he's proven it. You know what I mean? And I think for him to do that on his, I don't know how many WrestleManias he has, you know, but to do it on his first one, you know, I think it's his first one back. I believe so. And for it to be his first main event, I think it was pretty fire. The outcome was crazy too, man. Like, what a twist at the end, huh?
Yeah, fucking Paul Heyman.
Paul with the hanging.
That's crazy.
I thought it was pretty crazy.
They said that Seth had been like dropping hints every once in a while. Did you catch any of those? Like, did you put it together? Or did you just think, like,
I think I don't know. I think they were like a lot of the internet was just reaching for shit that like maybe could have linked him to different shit and could have foreshadowed. But I mean, like it makes for a good story, and I will say, our brother sent me a TikTok like a week ago and was like, "This would be sick," and it was just like, yeah, like this could happen. Yeah,
like a what if scenario.
And yeah, I don't know. I think if you really are digging real fucking deep, like I think you need to. I think you just need to take a step back, cause like for this story, it was a shocker. I think like hindsight, right? It makes sense, but I think it was a plot twist. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting it at all. It's just because of the rivalry between Roman and CM Punk was so like big. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like overshadowed.
That's what the Paul Heyman thing was about them too.
Yeah.
Fucking, and also like Seth is also one of those guys that doesn't really like need like a manager. You know what I mean? He doesn't need like someone to speak for him or you know whatever it may be, but because he's already pretty decent. But I'm excited to see what happens with both of them, like bouncing ideas off each other and shit like that. Like I guess Paul Heyman said like Seth Rollins is where Roman was when he first started getting like working with Roman. So we'll see what this this run and then I don't know if you've seen last night though, man, like fucking Braun Breaker joined them.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So now they got Braun, Cena, Braun and Seth.
Braun, Seth, and Heyman.
Oh my God, bro! What? That's crazy.
That's
dude.
pretty nasty, and I'm
bro.
pretty.
Like the muscle and the fuck.
Like this is like Evolution 2.0, baby.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be crazy sick.
Oh
they got
God.
the muscle. Now they're just gonna get they gotta get someone that's just smooth with it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
they
Randy,
do.
like Randy was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they can, like I'm saying, like they won't call it that, but that's what it will remind me of is like Evolution.
It's pretty
2.0.
much like the same. Yeah. I fuck with that a lot, bro. I was like telling you and Zoop and them how much I like Braun Breaker and shit. So like, I was saying it's because of the whole like speed thing. I was like, yo, because he broke Speed's neck or whatever. But actually, like he wrestled pretty well for his WrestleMania match too. So
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
Fatal 4-1 was
it's
crazy.
pretty good. Like,
Cooked.
and he was doing stunts. You know what I mean? He
That
put the
fucking spear on Carlito.
yeah, bro, crazy through the table. I mean, where along the spectrum would you rank it as far as like like WrestleManias of all time, like
Probably lower half.
lower half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was some good ones in there. I think, yeah, for sure. I just think the fuck, I don't know, history, right? Like history will fuck me on that one. Like John Cena winning his 17th, breaking the record. That kind of overshadows the lower half. We can't necessarily put it there, but I mean, that's what I would say is like for that kind of moment, for what it was. Yeah, maybe we don't. Maybe I'm just being an ungrateful little Cena fan.
Yeah.
But this feels awkward. It didn't hit as hard for me. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like 17 was the one that we like would celebrate, you know?
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, well, are they going to do 18? Because 18 as a face would probably be his last. You know what I mean?
His like finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what if we theorized that he loses the title as a heel, and then like somehow he gets fucked up. Maybe like The Rock fucks him up or something.
For losing?
Yeah. Or he just fucks him up and takes his title.
Travis Scott, bro.
And
beats the shit out of
him. and then he comes back and gets it. I don't know, fucking. But
yeah, well, I mean that makes sense, and I'm from what we saw last night. Randy Orton is obviously like a clear, like heel, like that he is possible to fight. Well, I think I seen like a leaked poster. I don't know how credible the source is, bro, but like it was like a No Mercy or a No Way Out.
Yeah, he's got the
No Way Out poster.
Yeah, he's got the Backlash.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And yeah, it's in St. Louis. So yeah, that makes fucking perfect sense. Is John versus Randy in St. Louis. Like we talked about, like it had to happen on his last little run is the Randy versus Cena thing. I think it's pretty cool. I want to see what they do, cause yeah, like I want to know what ends up happening with Cody, cause now Cody is he angry Cody? You know what I mean? Is like that'd be kind of cool to just see like Cody go Homelander on everybody and just fucking
just beat everybody's ass,
smirk everyone and say fuck the fans.
Yeah, cool. Let's move on to our sports section of the Us versus Us podcast today. We're talking Nuggets first, who split the series to start 1-1.
I cry, but
After getting the 4th seed. What have you seen over the last couple games that have been good and bad?
I think it's what a good turnout for Denver fans at Ball Arena. Shout out. I think they played a big part in keeping us energized. I think at times we might Kawhi might hit something crazy and we fucking gotta shut up, but like we're always in their ear. We're always cheering the dudes on. You know what I'm saying? I would say that is like something for me personally that I think is standing out more so than it happened in the regular season. And then that being said, I think it's that energy has translated. So it's been very high energy. It's been very like it's like a high energy, like a high paced, high energy chess game, which I don't even know if that's even a thing. And that's what's crazy about the series because it's been very intense at times.
Yeah.
And it's been very like
we're both very
neck and neck.
Yeah, evenly matched in all statistical categories pretty much, you know what I mean? I think it's like turnovers have been really the biggest difference in both games, you know. Win the first game's turnover battle, lose the second ones, and you know it came with an L in the loss column. You know what I'm saying? So,
and
go ahead.
I mean, it was quite a bit too. Like it was like fucking 27 turnovers or some shit.
And like I don't know, I was gonna ask about like which, because a lot of them came from Jokic. Is that something to look out for, to watch out for? Do you think it's at the expense or because of the defense that he's seeing, or what are you thinking of that?
I think it's a physical game. I think it's definitely they're letting them play with the swipes, and I also think it's just sometimes you could just kind of tell Jokic is improvising. You know what I mean? And there was like one particular, like the only mistake I think I've seen Jokic make in clutch time, like in the last 3-4 years.
Yeah,
was last night.
The rare.
Yeah, and it was like I wanted to be pissed, but I had to like calm myself down because I had to realize like that's probably the first mistake. So then I asked myself, why does that happen? I think it just happens because he's improvising and he needs someone else to kind of like lean on in those moments. You know what I mean? And at times it's Jamal. I think having Jamal and Russ on the floor too sometimes confuses him because he's like, do I hand off or do I dump to Russ?
Yeah.
So
and a lot of the times he's dumping to Russ.
Yeah. So like if Russ isn't in a spot and he's already jumped up or pivoted, because that's like the cool thing about Jokic is his footwork is so crazy that he can make those plays because he has the agility and balance, you know what I mean? But if he it's one time, he gets one chance to make a no-look pass or fade away or a little flick shot, he gets that one spot. So if he has to pull back on that, then he's either gonna turn it over, he's gonna travel, or he's gonna do what he did last night and just throw it at the fucking rim. You know what I mean? Just because he's like, fuck, I don't know, So fucking, I would say it's something to look out for, but it's also he has sometimes those high turnover games where it's just not really hitting those passes is fluid.
What are you seeing from like Kawhi that's working against the Nuggets?
I think just him getting to his spots. I think that's probably the biggest thing is just he's getting to his spots. He's seeing his spots. He knows how to get to where he wants to shoot, and he's doing a good job at it. He's being very confident too. There's not really anybody knocking him off that. There's not anybody really taking him away from where he wants to go. And he's doing it off sometimes the second, sometimes the third look. You know what I mean? It's not like he's getting the ball right away. He's like, he's waiting for it to come to him, and then he's making his move to where he wants to go. So I don't know. It's definitely something that, like, yeah, like you said last night, like, it's kind of surprising. He doesn't really play like that against us. You know what I mean? But I also don't think, like, I'm very used to really watching him, like, play us.
Yeah.
You know, in particular.
That's one thing I realized, like, a little bit later after I said that. I was like, well, usually his team, or, like, usually he's either, like, hurt or something. Like, we're playing his team, not him.
Right.
But, I mean, I respect his game, bro. And the more I watch him, the more I realize, like, his shot is pretty fucking automatic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I often, like, wonder, like, you know, if we have the length, you know what I mean? Because, like...
Yeah, he just almost...
He's, like, shooting over AG. And, like, AG is, like, I think they're trying to match, like, muscle. You know what I mean? Muscle and muscle, but they're not matching length. So that's why AG is... Yeah, it's just working against AG. It's something that we can easily adjust, because I think later on in the game, we started to, like, kind of blitz him with, like, Pickett and stuff. So...
Exactly.
Get some, like, faster, younger guys in, kind of push that a little bit more. I love how fast we are playing in general, just because we led the league in fast break points, and we just continue to just keep running. I think that the Clippers were just, like, doing a good job at doing that back to us last night. You know what I mean? So it was just both ways.
And they would get into like certain spurts where they would stop us from or make us turn the ball over in transition. So it was like, you know, those pokes, man.
Yeah.
Those pokes are crazy. And they matter. And that's, like, one thing I think moving forward we gotta just learn how to do is just play with more ball security. You know what I mean? Like, don't let them take that away from you. You know what I mean? And don't let them get to that before you, because they will. Even if you, like, give them an inch. You know what I mean? That's the thing with the teams like the Clippers is they make their money off of those extra possessions. You know what I mean? They make their money off of making it easy for them. So the only easy way to do it is just to bust your ass. You know what I mean? So, we'll see what the guys do, man. LA.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. We'll head out to LA on Thursday and then on Saturday, so the 24th and the 26th. I think what excites me the most, and especially, like, I think it excites me because Jokic did an interview today. He kind of quoted, or, like, he kind of said this. He's like, if you're a basketball fan, you know, like, we could be down 2-0 right now, or, like, you know what I mean? We could be down 0-2 right now, and we'd still have a chance to, like, come back and win the series. You know what I mean? Like, so 1-1 doesn't scare us. You know what I mean? And I think as long as we come back confident.
1-1, 2-2.
Yeah, exactly. If we come back confident, and especially in LA, I don't think we're scared to play in LA. I think we're good to go. So let's rock and hopefully get these next two games, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, Porter having a 15-15 game last game is fucking huge.
Yeah. Shout out
but
Porter,
it's also like it's finding how to get that out of him and how to get everything else of, like, you know what I mean? The Nuggets are weird this year in a way where, like, we can't get all of our guys to just, like, fuck shit up. Like,
yeah.
I think at one point I think at like one point, maybe like 1 week, maybe that, like, spurt before All-Star break, we had like a a good little something happen, or maybe like just recently we had everyone in double digits, but it's like we need everyone to kind of have a little bit of meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need it, especially if we're gonna kill an animal like the Clippers. Like we need everyone to kind of eat at it and get what they can. So.
And then we have a tough matchup next. So you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like we gotta be building and like get up to that level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially like to catch a good stride and to be on a roll by the time we see, a number 1 seed. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
So yeah, we're good. Let's see what they do. As far as the NFL goes, brother.
Oh shit.
This weekend, April 26th, is the NFL draft, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Have you been paying attention to your team and what they're doing and what they're looking for?
Yeah, I think we're linked to. I just got a notification for BR, baby. Shout out. Anyway, Matthew Golden from Texas, some guy from Ole Miss. We were linked to Tech, but I think that fell down. Matthew Golden's a receiver. Let me just find. But there's a lot of people that have Matthew Golden high on their list. He's probably there's a lot of people that have him as receiver 1. Let's see. Okay, Tennessee's James Pierce, and Ole Miss defensive tackle Walter Nolan. So apparently Jane Slater says, and don't rule out being comfortable moving down because of these guys. So I bet we try to get the guy from Texas. I think that would probably be the most Jerry move. But you never know. We do need an edge, which is James Pierce, and like I've always, for the last 2 drafts, I've hoped we've gotten a defensive tackle, and all we've gotten was Mozzie Smith, who hasn't fucking done shit. So, no offense to you, Mozzie Smith. Hopefully you have a good year.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all about coaching at that point, right?
Yeah, yeah. Which I'm kind of excited for the way we're kind of carrying ourselves this year. We kind of got this little underdog chip on our shoulder type feel to our coaching staff and our roster this year. So I'm gonna take it and run with it. I think that's
hope
for the fucking best.
That's doper. I think that makes me respect the Cowboys situation a whole lot more, just because it's less of a we're supposed to be good type thing. It's more of a yeah, let's try. Let's actually give this a shot. You know what I mean? So yeah, hell yeah. I'm excited for you. I keep getting pissed at the Denver reporters and shit like that. The radio keeps changing, what we're looking for, what we're going for and shit like that. Because we've had rumors of pretty much everything. You know what I'm saying? We've had we know for a fact, right, that we need a running back. You know what I'm saying? So at the 20th pick, what does that look like? Who falls to us? I think Travion Henderson is our top running back prospect. That would probably be our a best fit type situation. But also people are saying tight end. We've talked about the kid from I think Oregon. But now like I was saying, the radio is saying receiver. So
oh shit.
Yeah, so we're dealing with I don't know. I'm not really sure, and I'm not really sure. I personally do want the running back situation to work out, just because I know how important that is just to any football team. You know what I mean? And I hope we can find a running back that's like, you know, NFL ready.
Are you a go get your running back in a first round kind of guy? Or are you a we'll see what the value brings in the day 2, day 3 range?
I probably would say that I would rather go get one. You know what I mean? Like, all of my favorite running backs have been first round prospects that like work out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. And over the last couple years, I feel like that's kind of been like a trend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we've had like super bust running back in like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even back to like Derrick Henry. You know what I mean?
He was a second rounder.
Oh, he was?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Fucking, I think the last.
Yeah, my bad. I stand corrected me.
Fucking, not the last, but Bijan was like a really high. Like, I think he's the highest rated since. Or Ashton Genty is the highest rated since Bijan, but
Bijan was like 27th or 26th.
I think he got drafted like 7th or something.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But overall, I agree with what you're saying. I think especially when it comes to the prospects that we have this year, both of the running backs from Ohio State, I think, are pretty worthy of at least, like, I would say early second, late first. I would, in my opinion. And then like Omarion Hampton is like, he's gonna be special to someone. I just don't know, like with me in running backs, is it always comes down to fit and like just like style of play, and can't have the expectations too high, right? Like Ashton, I think, is gonna be legendary, almost Saquon like, maybe, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Hampton could be one of those guys that, like, I would say, like, if he falls to the Broncos, that's probably like the steal of the draft. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of pick that like takes you guys from where you guys are now to like, okay, these guys are fucking legit because they got a surefire first round running back, and not only that, now they got a pretty solid defense, and so on and so forth, right? So, I mean, do you guys need a tight end? Right? Like, do you guys need a receiver? Right? Like, I would say the overall need on offense could probably quite literally be
running back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking, no, it's just a matter of where you guys, because you guys, what, draft 20th?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I don't think we're willing to like trade. You know what I mean? I don't think we're looking to like go up really. I think we're trying to just like kind of play it out. Honestly, I don't think. So it's gonna be. I think we're gonna. Just kind of like see who kind of falls to us. Honestly. We'll see though, man, because
if Shadour's there, I'm just.
Oh hell no.
Nah, but that's like probably something that's gonna be like big at the draft, right? Is like, as people are picking and selecting, there's gonna be like, oh, well, when's Shador gonna go? When's Shador gonna go?
Yeah, it's a huge thing. I mean, dude just got his number retired, bro.
Yeah, huge. Travis Hunter as well. Travis Hunter, you think he's going to be a Brown?
I don't know. I watched his draft day. It's like his hips don't look so fluid right now.
Travis Hunter to the Patriots.
That would probably be more realistic.
Travis Hunter to the Patriots. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I always get excited for the draft. I always do. You know, the whole watch, or try to watch the full first round or whatever, at least until the Cowboys draft. But 12th pick this year.
Hey,
we'll see.
Let's go.
We'll see, guys. I'm excited.
Let's go. All right. Well, we're gonna get up out of here, brother. It's about that time. So, hit them with your socials like we always do, brother.
Yes, sir. At my name is Prolly, all one word, on Instagram. At my name is Prolly Official on YouTube. Be on the lookout for more music videos and such like that. And then at my name is Prolly 97 on Twitch and TikTok, which, you know, got a new mic on the way. Might start going live. Might start getting the due. You know what I'm saying? So, gonna be fun. I'm super excited. Follow me on everything and look out for more music and moves, my mates.
Well, as always, Prolly, thank you so much for pulling up and hitting us with the feature on the pod.
Yes, sir.
Always appreciate all your opinions and stuff, and
always a blessing.
What you got going on. As for me, y'all can find me at #_Dion on all platforms. Spell out the hashtag. That's on Instagram, Twitter, everything. So you can find me on all platforms at #_Dion. Make sure you check out the Us vs. Us podcast YouTube channel. That's where we upload all of our videos. A lot of people ask how they can find us. So I think we got to definitely make like something to like let people know. On YouTube. We're exclusively on YouTube too. We're not even like on all your streaming platforms. We're literally only on YouTube, bro. So we gotta let that
old school Joe Rogan shit.
We gotta let people know that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go check that out. Hit the subscribe button. We are starting to pop off even more on the TikTok page, so go give that a follow before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I appreciate y'all so much, whether you came by for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or the whole hour podcast that we had. Episode 18 is in the books, and I appreciate y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Later.
I need me a check. I need it. Saying with love, now that I'm found, I really need my respect. I really need it. Nobody but me in my head. Nobody. I'ma do me till I'm dead. Do me. If I gotta fight for my soul, then fuck it, I might as well go for the neck.